Welcome. Some background information before I get started. I'm sure you're seeing the number before you. Yeah, it's a big number, but we're gonna get into it in a little bit. But I was a science teacher for about 2 years, and then I went back in 2022 to get my master's in school counseling. And I just graduated, well, few months ago in May 2025. Yay for that. However, we know what follows sometimes that when we don't have parents that can pay for our education or, we're able to pay it as we go, we get some student loans. So this is most of where my student loan is coming from is my master's. However, I'm grateful to be able to start now my new career. I recently got a job as a school counselor in a charter school in Palm Beach, in Florida. I'm located in Florida. So this is going to be paying off this debt off of a school counselor salary. And I live at home still. I'm in my 30s, but I live at home still, early 30s. Um, but I do contribute to the mortgage. So this is also helping me to make sure we get this as quickly as possible. So it's a big number, but all things considered, I am grateful. So let's get started because we want to make sure that this is not long and boring. And my apologies. There's probably going to be a lot of this is new to me, but I do want to step out and share and inspire and be inspired, and hopefully we can build a great community here that can help each other. Um, so let's get started. We'll start with the number. So the number, as you see, is 81,637, and it should be pretty um much the number because I did check this week. There might be a few added interest on this, but on the student loans, but this is a pretty accurate number. Okay. So direct loan one, two, and three were for my bachelor's. Bad decision to get some loans because that's a whole story that I can go into of how just my bachelor took me like 10 years because I paused for like about 6 years, I think, 4 years. It was a mess. I'm just glad we made it out. It's not how you started, it's the fact you finish it. And I finished it. Um, and then direct loan five, four, and six are for my master's. I had to stop working um a year ago as a teacher, so I couldn't keep, you know, paying it as I go because you do have to do a 900-hour internship with education. I had the same situation with my bachelor's too. Education. So I had to stop working because I couldn't be in two places at once. So this is also why my credit card kind of went up because I was using them a lot more often. And then this one specifically, this was a I guess a stock market learning class thing as well. So yeah, made some not so great decisions, but overall, I would say one thing I do appreciate is that a lot of this is not shoes and clothes that some of it is, but it's not this, you know, bags, fancy bags and all of that. Not that, it's a no judgment zone, as long as you are focusing and paying them back, whatever happened before is irrelevant. We're focusing on this, but I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know why. But most of them are interest free. So this is why we're trying to get on this to make sure we pay them down so we don't get into interest. And that's why I have quite a few of them because I tend to do a balance transfer. Um, but we're not getting any more cards, so we need to pay them off and yeah, and handle that. Um, the first one in the student loan we're going to be tackling on this journey is a 498 just because it's a small number. Get rid of it. It's one less line that I have to deal with. The next one we'll go to is the direct loan 5, and this is because this is my highest interest one, and it also feels very attackable. Um, these ones are lower in interest, so I don't mind them sitting there for a little bit. And then there's these someday. This is definitely not gonna happen anytime this year, unless by some miracle. Okay, all things are possible. The first one we'll be tackling is this one because the interest is coming up. So we're basically, because we've paid the bills for the month of August, so the first paycheck that I received this week is going to go mostly towards that. These are my revolving ones, so this is why the numbers are small and they will I tend to pay them off. They don't carry over for interest, so I pay them off before interest. And then my PayPal credit, this one is the I'm also on a health journey, so I did get a very expensive juicer because I was like, let's go with yeah, that I could have done better. I definitely could have done better. But we're paying it off. It should be paid off by December. It has to because again, we don't go past the interest. Um, so yeah, our grand total is at $81,000. 57,000 of it is student loans and 24,000 credit card. We are focusing on mostly the credit cards first this year. Um, so most of any extra income is gonna go towards credit cards, and then we will tackle on the student loans. Um, should we go over assets? If you're curious about assets, stay tuned for next time, just so this doesn't get too long. Um, we can go over assets, so make sure you come back for the assets. Now, how we're going to tackle this, we created a personal monthly budget that we are going to do our best to try and stick to. But most of all, because this is all new, like creating budget and all of that for me, I think it's mostly about just for now, at least over the next 3 months, just tracking, just making myself aware of what I am spending, and not so much on being, crazy strict. Of course, it's keeping myself accountable, but just really just tracking where everything is going to begin with. Then you can kind of tackle on what needs to really change. So my income for this, my first paycheck, sorry, is $1,968.15. Like I mentioned, most of everything is already paid for. So what's gonna mostly come out of this is going to be, if we scroll to here to the gifts and donation, um, part of my background. You should know I am a Christian girly, and so I love the Lord. I hope you do too. I hope you know Jesus. If you don't, please make him your Lord and Savior. Um, yeah, but it my faith is important to me, and I do believe in sowing and tithing and giving. And so the other half, that's not going to be paying for the capital one is going to go into offering because I'm grateful to be able to start my journey, my career, my debt-free journey in my career. And so I want my first fruit. to be unto the Lord, to give to the Lord. Um, because I don't think we can overgive to God. And in the way that He gives back to us is in more ways than just money. And so I just felt in my heart that it was just like, I want to give that first week of work to the Lord and pray for His covering over the remainder. So quickly going over so we don't go over time. So I'm expecting that my second income is going to be the same. This number is going to go down as after the 90-day period for when you first start working. I cannot remember what it's called. Um, they're gonna start taking healthcare costs and all of that and 401k. So that hasn't started quite yet. Did I mention I contribute? 775 is the number. My phone bill is yearly. However, I'm gonna start to put $19 away every month so that by the end of the year I have it. And it's actually coming up in October. It's $210. My internet is 38 and we paid that this month, so that's why I put this in. I'm going to put the phone too because I am going to take out 19 to put towards the phone. Next paycheck, we will be putting the mortgage, my part of the mortgage. Um, Insurance is 107. We'll take that out next time as well because I haven't taken that out. It's not due until the 21st. Fuel is 29.12 so far that I've spent, and I'm at a full tank, so I should be okay. And then we have maintenance at 25. Um, and we'll take that out. Grocery so far, I did grocery today, 49.77. And because I didn't do grocery, um, this number has gone out of this world. That's probably my main thing, food. Just grabbing stuff is a killer to the budget. These are my regular projected costs for my credit cards. But like I mentioned, the Capital One should be paid off within the next couple of months, and then we'll continue to pay off the remainder. There's quite a few things that I need for my face, so that's why we have the 36.75 so far. Um, I need to buy cleanser and all of that. I pay 12.65 for YouFit, and these are my regular subscriptions. I have Amazon. I only have about four. I'm trying to limit to four. So I think that's decent enough. It's nothing too crazy. And then I'm gonna be putting $100 towards that small um loan. So that's that $100. We are not gonna really worry about savings and investment right now. I am putting 25 towards savings, but the rest of them I will deal with some other time. I eventually do want to open up a 529 for my niece, the love of my life. Just so she doesn't have to go through all these debt-free journey like I did. And we explained this as well. So yeah, this about wraps it up. I'm projected to be about 2,565, which should keep me way within my income. My actual cost so far is at 1,534, but again, by the end of the month, we will see the actual number. But regardless, I still would have, based on my income, about $1,000 to work with. So we shall see. Thank you for joining me again. Like I mentioned, ask questions. Would love to hear from you guys. And let's do this together. Debt-free journey. Thank you for watching. Come back soon.